Hey everybody, my name is Lacey Pittman Tomanek. I'm the executive director of PelotonU, and I hope my story will translate to you all today over video. I wish we were talking in person instead. But just to tell you a little bit, I started my career as a high school teacher at a school where 100% of my students were eligible for free and reduced lunch. And over the next 15 years, I watched my students' post-secondary trajectories, and I honestly became filled with what I could only call righteous indignation at the ways that even my brightest and my most ambitious students were stymied by our traditional systems of higher ed. They face so many challenges, including losing valuable credits due to poor advising or transferability, getting just sunk by debt, struggling to keep up with coursework, not because of the rigor of the content, but because of the fact that they had to be in class at a specific time in a specific place, all while trying to balance full-time caregiving responsibilities, work, and more. While Peloton U was founded in Austin a decade ago, I took on the role of executive director 13 months ago. And I decided to join this team honestly because of my students. I have never seen a model like Peloton U's model more directly address the barriers that I've watched my students face. And one of my first orders of business was wanting to bring this unique model to my own community, my hometown of Dallas, Texas. At Peloton U, our mission is to make college possible for anyone who needs a non-traditional pathway. Our students are 18 to 65, and honestly, they are notoriously underestimated. Our students are driven, they're intelligent, they're curious, and they want degrees. They want degrees with a high return on investment that are going to further their careers. And yet their options are super limited because they are being forced, like all of us, to operate in antiquated systems that weren't ever built with them in mind. So at Peloton U, we offer solutions to address 5 of the biggest barriers to college completion. The first I would call inflexibility. Most of our students are working adults who do want their degree, but just cannot regularly get to campus or go to school full time. So we make it possible for them to do college on their schedule, in the location of their choice, and at a pace that they can actually maintain. The second is high cost. We all know debt for current college students right now is just untenable. At Peloton U, we rely on Pell Grants to make our program more affordable. And in fact, for our students who are eligible for the full Pell Grant, they get money back in their pocket for rent, for living expenses, for childcare, because a year's worth of tuition and fees with us is only $6,300 all in, which is less than the current full Pell Grant award. The third barrier we address is inadequate advising and coaching. So at Peloton U, we provide trauma-informed academic coaching with an equity lens. Our coaches are experienced teachers, many of who share the same backgrounds as our students. In fact, I'm really proud to report that 4 of our staff members are actual Peloton U students or alumni. The fourth barrier is lack of wraparound support. So we provide modest funding and we connect students to resources that allow them to continue to stay in school, even if they have no financial safety net. This means we help students address unexpected expenses related to childcare, housing, transportation, food, bills, whatever may come up. As we know, a lot of first-gen students leave school because of unexpected bills that average $200 to $500. We won't ever let a modest bill stand between our students and their degree. And if one of our students is facing housing or food insecurity, is struggling with consistent childcare, lacking insurance, we coach them on how to navigate publicly available resources. And the last barrier I talk about, and perhaps the most important, is subpar outcomes. This is a huge systemic issue. Without Peloton U, the college completion rates for students like ours is just abysmal. Our on-time graduation rate for both our AA and our BA students, I am proud to say, is 80%. This compares to only 30% for community college students in the state of Texas, and that drops to below 20% for students who attend part-time. So you heard that right. Students at Peloton U are 3 times more likely to complete their degree on time than their counterparts at traditional 2- and 4-year institutions. Listen, winning the Pegasus Prize for us would be transformational and for our students too. Not only because of the grant funding itself, which would be great, but also because it will be a signal to the Dallas community that this type of college pathway is worth investing in, and that Dallas truly is a community committed to bold action to create new opportunities for all of its residents. That Dallas doesn't frown upon alternative pathways. Rather, we provide a multitude of options to meet what we know is a multitude of diverse needs. I'll close this video by genuinely saying how proud I am to see the way the Dallas community and Dallas-based institutions have made post-secondary options more possible for low-income residents in the last decade. And I will also say that I deeply believe Peloton U provides something that nothing else in our ecosystem currently does. And I think there's a huge opportunity for students, for families, for employers, and for our economy in general. Thank you so much for taking the time to get to know Peloton U today. We'd be so thrilled to be advanced in this process so you can actually get to know what's the best part about us, which is our students. And we really, really appreciate your consideration. Thank you so much.